What's good? What's good? What's good? This is RawTruth Media, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need, and I'm joined by the OG Coach Joe. What's good, OG?
Hey, good morning, DJ. How you doing? Oh man, it's all good this morning. Another day. Woke up another day in this beautiful world. Hey, not without our problems, not without our challenges, but hey, we woke up to see another one. So hey, it's a good day, and we're here with the family today.
No
Shout out to the
doubt.
Pope and Marquisha Daniels. How y'all doing? Good to see y'all. Good to see you. All good. How you doing, DJ?
I'm doing well, man. I'm energized. Man, I'm excited to talk about this topic. The Pope said, shoot me a link. Love to come on. Hey, I'm going to send you a link, my brother, as well. Coach Joe. So, first off, we're going to start with Liangelo. Apparently, he returned from protocol. But before we get there, Summer League. The Hornets' first Summer League game was atrocious. They didn't have a point guard. Kai Jones wanted to be a guard for some reason. Shot 10 threes and missed all the threes. But here's the crazy part, Coach Joe. Kai Jones is 5 for 5 in the perimeter, inside the paint.
Right.
So if he would have done what worked, he wouldn't have that inefficiency. It would have never
Yeah,
been a problem.
but he's showing you he's a stretch.
Right.
Hey DJ, that first three that he shot from the corner,
Mm-hmm.
it looked like a strong wind blew behind him and blew it. It looked like something blew it off line. I was like, "What the?" I hadn't seen the ball move like that. I'm like, "How did it go? It was going that way, and all of a sudden it started going like this. It's like it went two different directions." I was like, "Wow."
That's
And then
crazy.
when he proceeded to keep shooting them, like he was Steph, or Ray Allen or Clay or somebody, somebody that can shoot, who has shown themselves to show some proficiency there. So sense to me would have been him shooting maybe three of them,
Mm-hmm.
two of them, three of them maybe. But 10, man, come on, man. It's just interesting. We'll get into it, DJ, but it's just interesting to me because I think all things matter. I think that as we look at things in context, we start to see that there is a continuity to life, a continuity to things, and sometimes things look like desperate spots and pieces of other things, and then, excuse me, and there's no
Yes, sir.
connectivity. But it is connectivity. We sometimes just can't see it through all the noise,
Right.
right? Like Kai Jones looking like Jackie Moon, I guess you would say in one of them one of them films.
Mhm. Yeah,
Just shooting them things at the rim.
exactly. McGowan's, Bryce McGowan's. I like his
Hmm.
offensive game. I think he would actually get playing time in the regular season. He's really that good offensively. Defensively, he needs some work. But offensively, he's pretty polished. I was impressed with him. Played the point guard position, even though he has never been a point guard. He's really uh, combo guard, shooting guard, a tall shooting guard that is. Um, Mark Williams came off the bench. And here's the thing about the Hornets. They're gonna have that connotation, that notion that they don't play rookies. There's a reason why Jalen Duren skipped the workout. He didn't want to be a Hornet. Because if you're not giving rookies a chance to compete and you're allowing mediocre veterans to get positions, Why would you want to go to the Hornets? Now, I'm not saying that Mark Williams is all the way set offensively, but when you draft someone in the first round, top 15, that is in the lottery, you got to at least have them start. They had Nick Richards starting over. What you think about that?
Well, you know what, DJ? Let me go to the McGowan kid first.
Okay, cool.
Since you brought him up, there's some things I like about him, but my point is this: who he gonna play in front of? Terry?
Nah, I never.
Booknight?
Nah.
I mean, so and they probably gonna pick up another guard. So, I mean, I don't know where he gonna play. He ain't gonna play in front of Cody, clearly.
Yeah, you got that
Okay,
money.
by your picture that you put up there, clearly Cody's the man. Yeah,
That's what they said.
he is
That's
the
what they
man.
say, quote unquote.
Right. So he ain't gonna play in front of Cody, he's just another guard, you know what I mean? And they already have a bunch of them. Speaking of the Mark Williams situation, I mean, just show you how backwards these Charlotte Hornets are. And their approach to everything, how just off rhythm and off beat they are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now you already have. Let's just look at it, okay? Because this is the rationale that they've put out there for why they did what they did on draft day with Jalen Duren and Mark Williams, and basically giving Jalen Duren away. Okay, is that already in the fold, you've got Nick Richards, who's been there, what, 3 years, 4 years now?
3 years.
Okay, so you've seen a lot of Nick Richards. Not a little bit, but a lot. Okay, you've had Kai Jones now, Kai Jones coming in now for his second year. You had him all for mostly down in the G League developing. And we know that there are other rookies that contributed last year. So we know rookies could play and contribute even in playoff situations like they did the three down in New Orleans did when they got their opportunity. So that's the sky. That's the sky. So the bottom is where the Hornets are, where rookies go and don't get no playing time. So let's see what they ended up doing. They ended up drafting Jalen Duren, who I've watched twice now. Watched him at Memphis too, but watched him twice now in the summer league, DJ and family. And the first time I saw him, his first basket was what he does well, which is play big, catch the ball, and finish at the rim. Carve out a space for himself. So he showed that he's, to me, right away, right off the bat, this is what I am. And I can do that. Yesterday's game, he had 12 points, I think, in the third quarter, something on very high efficiency shooting. Because, again, not doing stuff that he couldn't do. And what was the words that I heard people using when they start talking about Duren, who happens to be 18 years old and won't be 19 until December. So he is a legitimately 6'11", 250, 260 already at 18 years old. Freakishly athletic. So I'm hearing people use the word Sean Kemp now. I remember Sean Kemp, and Sean Kemp was unbelievable athletically. Knew exactly who he was. So the Hornets and Mitch Cupcake, they put out a video to basically say that, to show to the war room and how they came to the decision, to pick the two dudes and to let Jalen go for nothing because they had them other dudes in there. And then what happens? Nick Richards comes out and looks about like he's been looking for the last, since he's been there, not much better. And Kai Jones there with the electric hair shooting threes all over the place that look like the wind is blowing them. Man, what the hell is going on? Meanwhile, Jalen Durant is down there just playing in his role, already know his role, already know what they want him to do, and he's doing it. Wow. Only the Hornets could screw this up, man.
And that's the crazy part, Coach Joe. Um, you saw the offensive inefficiency from the big man, the 5 position last year. Fumbled
Facts.
hands, clumsiness. And here's a big
Facts.
man in Duran that has good hand-eye coordination, good hands, strong. He's 18, just turned 19, or he's still
No,
18?
he will be 19 in December.
Wow. And I seen a bunch of shines in a couple of local Charlotte media defending the trade. They got a bunch of kibbles and bits from trading Jalen Duran.
That
I
was a
mean, God,
favor. That was a favor.
God damn. Oh, we got Plumlee. We could just get Mark Williams. What kind of crap is that? Man, we got the Pope on the line, brother. Well, how you doing, man?
How y'all
up,
doing,
Paul?
brothers, man? My brothers, I got Unc up here, Coach Joe. How you doing, family? Got my brother DJ. It's a blessing to be up here with you fellas. Definitely talking about these Charlotte Hornets in the summer league and what it's looking like. I was hearing Coach Joe talk about Nick Richards and Mark Williams and Jalen Duran. I'm a Jalen Duran fan. I checked him out last year during the summertime when him and Imani Bates was on the same team and going at it, and he can do it. That was the first time I ever seen him. I'm like, okay, this youngster can do a little bit of everything, and his size is off the chain. So when I first turned on to draft, I was late. And I came right around the time, like right after the Hornets picks, around 18th, 19th pick, I viewed in. And I'm reading, the ticker that goes across the screen and seeing Charlotte Hornets and seeing Durant. I was like, oh, shit, I got excited. I'm like, oh,
right.
They did something good. And I kept reading a little bit, I got the ass end of it because I started reading when I seen Durant. I kind of, celebrated and then looked back again and seen traded to the Pistons. I'm like, oh, these niggas didn't they didn't fumbled the ball. I'm like, so I'm thinking, okay, let me just check it out a little more. Maybe they traded him with a Gordon Hayward and let me see what they got.
Right.
Then when I looked and seen what they got for him, I threw my hands up. Yeah, I threw my hands up. I'm done with these boys. I'm gonna be on my boy. I'm not because I'm gonna stay on Melo and what he do. But I'm talking about done as far as thinking they're gonna actually make some good moves to try to get this team ahead into the playoffs. But I see they not.
Yeah, and I keep hearing again, the Charlotte local media is just selling wolf tickets right now, talking about, well, we're making these moves to make the playoffs with this damn roster. I mean, you can't. I mean, you better pray for a playing game at the least. How bad it is. Like, what the hell is going on? And we talking about a player like LaMelo Ball that needs big man to do the thing he wants them to do, to run, catch, to finish. I repeat, finish. And they're not even doing that. Shout out to Flight Sports TV. Shout out to Jason Zimmerman. He said, what it do, DJ Coach and the Pope in the chat.
What it do, Zimmerman?
What's up, family?
Yeah, peace and love, man. Flight Sports TV. Check his channel out. Subscribe to his channel. But, man, I was like, when I watched the draft, I was like, finally, they got some shit. And then when they made the trade, and then they got it for, correct me if I'm wrong, Pope and Coach, Denver's first and second round pick. That's the dumbest trade around. With Denver, you know they're going to be a playoff team in the Western Conference. Yep. With Nurkic, Jokic.
They didn't even get the good rap snacks. They got the bad ones.
Second rounds. They got second rounds and a late first round.
Ridiculous.
Right.
Ridiculous. Again, that was a favor. That wasn't no look, this is what them dudes have been doing, y'all, forever. This is how they do each other favors. Okay. I need you to draft this dude here. You draft, and then we'll try him. And I'll hit you. I'll give you that. This is what this is.
And I just want to know too, Coach Joe and DJ, what kind of course y'all know it don't make no sense, but it's like what kind of professionals y'all got in the front office to whereas you could have got the same trade from Mark Williams. You already just
Mhm.
signed Plumlee, who's a center. You got Nick Richards, who coming up as a backup, trying to get himself all the way right. So why draft another center? Durant he's a tweener between 4 and 5. He can guard uh,
Mhm.
from the 3 to the 5, I believe. If not, maybe 1 through 5. He'll
Mm-hmm.
develop to do that and then his swag and everything matches LaMelo Ball more than
Facts.
Talk
more
to
than
him.
the Mark. You know what I mean? More than
Facts.
the Mark Williams. So I just think that the camaraderie between those two, on top of the boys 18, like you said, and just spewing with talent already. So, they just dropped the ball.
Hey, no, but you know what, see, Pope, what you saying though, what you just said, I want to expand on that. Because I'm gonna tell you what I heard you say. I heard you say that any brothers that come up in there with any alpha attitudes, any alphaness, any demand attitudes, they just don't. They ain't getting no love. They
No
might just
love.
get seen the door.
Yeah.
That sound like something that coming from the top. Sound like a dude that's real insecure at the top.
Well, that could be definitely that too. And I've come to the conclusion that I don't think he running nothing. I just think he a puppet in the face to take the hit. I think them NBA boys is running that franchise with Mitch Kupchak making all decisions. Michael Jordan take the hit. He the one that gets to take the hit, not the white
Mm,
folks. That black man
mm,
get to take that hit. He the only
mm.
franchise, the black owner in the NBA. And if you think about it too, even when the Bobcats and the BET Awards owner, uh, BET
Robert Johnson.
there you go. Okay, thank you, sir. When they owned it was bottom of the barrel as well. It's like,
Facts.
okay, we allow a black face in here with some ownership, but best believe they ain't gonna be in the middle of the pack when it comes to organizations. They at the bottom of the barrel, and it's looking like they not handling business correctly. So it make us look bad. In the hindsight, it make us look bad. Like, look at them. We gave them a ownership, and look what they doing with it. The franchise is horrible.
Man, this is just this organization. Let me read some of these comments. B. Pierce says Jordan is dumb as hell as an owner. He obviously was told you can't win if you are let in as an owner. But he's right on cue. He's doing right what the NBA wants him to do. Not a damn thing for this team. And you know what? Michael Jordan, he out there chilling, smoking stogies, going to NASCAR games. He don't have a problem with the Hornets just being average, being what I call an NBA purgatory team, not really going anywhere, not bottom of the lottery, just right there in the playing game. That's
That's
what they
correct.
are.
It
Jason
looked good.
Zim. Oh, sorry about that.
No, my bad.
No,
No, it
no,
just looked good. It looked good, DJ. I mean, like I say, he don't care. He Michael Jordan. The only thing you can only knock against him ever that you could say or that people can say is, oh, he's a horrible owner. But at the end of the day, he's still the GOAT. It's like, okay, you call me a horrible owner, but when it comes to playing basketball, you know who the man. So it's like, no, I don't care. And he never, like, he didn't speak on the politics. He didn't speak on the racist stuff or nothing, none of that stuff when he was playing. He's always been a go along, get along with the flow, just get your money and shut the hell up. And so that's Jordan. Jordan, like, all right, cool. Yeah, they trash. When Jay-Z owned or had part ownership, like 5% in the Nets before they moved to Brooklyn, that was all just he was just a face. People assumed since they say Jay-Z got ownership that he made any kind of decisions. He made no decisions, and he said it in his rap. We can go 0 for 82, and I look at that shit like that shit gravy because I don't give a damn. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
And that's the
and
same as Jordan.
Well, because that, because see that, because that what you explaining there, Pope. See, family, for it to make dollars and cents. what Pope is basically saying is that there are other interests here, and the other interests are equity pieces. See, when Jay-Z gets a piece, and Grant Hill gets a piece down in Atlanta, and and Dwayne Wade gets a piece down in Utah.
Utah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, these are equity pieces. These are them. These are ownership giving them what we call a lick. They getting a lick.
Right.
They letting them in so they can get a equity piece. An equity piece is a piece of an asset that you buy, that you have ownership in, that continues to grow, that exponentially grows, that always returns. So whether the Hornets are making the playoffs or not, or 500 or a flea market, as DJ would say,
Right.
the equity piece isn't going to change. The franchise is still going to grow,
Yep.
still going to grow in value. So even if the stands is half empty. So that's what we're talking about. And what normally happens is that you have some cities that are just built in the infrastructure for the teams to be to have a certain amount of winning, for the ownership to feel a certain amount of heat. LA, Boston, who else? Pope, DJ. I don't know who else.
Chicago.
Chicago, San Antonio.
Yes, sir.
San Antonio. So
New
so
Orleans.
so New Orleans.
No, not New Orleans.
Did you say New Orleans? Oh, hell no. Hell to the no. New Orleans ain't no. They football town, but they get too flying about them damn them basketballs. You can believe that.
Right.
So what people want to do is, and B Pierce, if you highlight his comments real quick, DJ, where he says, Coach, I disagree. If he sold that team, he wouldn't get $1 billion. No, that's just see B Pierce, whether you're right or whether you're wrong. Okay, family, I want to point this out. Whether your statement is right or whether what I said is wrong, we're not talking about the same thing. I'm talking about an equity piece, and you're talking about how much he gonna get if he sell it. And anybody that knows what an equity piece is, know what that is, knows that is something that grows in value. Now, do all equity pieces grow in the same value? No. But the last time I checked, Pope and DJ, didn't the Clippers that they never won nothing, and that dude who was a racist owner that they kicked out, who didn't really never do nothing or put nothing on the team on the floor, didn't he get $2 billion for a losing organization?
He sure did.
All right, so I think that point right there, life shows that point to be relevant. That these organizations grow exponentially. They compound, okay, and that they make money irrespective of their records. That's the point. Not whether or not he's going to get $1 billion or $2 billion for his team. That's not the point of the situation. These are investments. And what we are telling you is that Michael Jordan is invested in the investment as an investment.
Mm-hmm. And
unlike Steve Ballmer, who sits on the floor, and Mark Cuban and the dudes down in Golden State, that ownership group, they active, they want to win.
And Coach Joe, I may dislike the Clippers because I grew up a Laker fan, but I respect what Ballman's doing. At least he's trying.
He is.
Oh, for sure.
The Clippers have. I'm not trying. Let's be honest. They've been known to be cursed, quote unquote, and he is trying like a mug to field a good team. Super Team VIP said, "Does Liangelo team play today at 5 p.m.?" It's at 6:30 Pacific time. Shout out to Zay Mac the Loke for the time. 6:30 Pacific time Also, Jason Zimmerman said, off subject, but a bit, but thank you for what you said about HBCUs the other day was profound, needed to be said. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I'll say this real quick. The objective when it comes to HBCUs and growing institutions is to move forward, not move backwards, not be complacent and doing the same thing. You got to take chances. The most successful people in the world have taken chances.
Facts.
You go back.
Scared money makes no money.
Oh, repeat that again. Scared money doesn't make no money. Coach Joe's exactly right. You don't move, you don't progress standing still. And I don't want to hear about it's impossible to get this funding and that. Man, if you look at the Sun Belt, not everybody's like James Madison that already had money. Some teams had to get it out the mud, and then they had to get money from a conference. There's no such thing as an FCS team going to another conference team and just without money. That doesn't happen like that. Because it makes the conference look bad if it's bad facilities and poor nutrition programs. But that's another topic for a different day. Shout out to Drum Keys. He's in the building. He says, Zay Mack says they should have kept Duran and Mark Williams. Hey, I even mentioned that in one of my streams. I said, if you wanted to keep Mark Williams, go ahead and do it.
Right.
Because we got more guards, and Pope and Coach Joe, you know this. We got more guards than big man. And Duran can play both center and power forward.
See my issue with my issue with that very simply is you already know what you had. Right. So if they would have went with Mark Davis and Jalen Duran, it would have showed me that they were going all in on the Melo deal.
Right.
This is Melo's team.
Right.
By not doing that and giving that the Deshaun Kemp 2.0 perhaps away, dummies. Okay, they showed it what they are.
These niggas had Jalen Duran.
Man had the Sean Kemp 2.0, man. And wait a minute, hold on, Pope and DJ, hold on. Who has been the free agent splash for the Hornets this summer?
Let me think before you answer.
Cody Martin.
Cody Martin. Woohoo!
Oh, hell no.
Hello, Hollywood.
Coach
Hey,
Joe.
they got Cody Martin. That's their big pickup right now.
And
here's the funny part, Coach Joe.
Huh?
His brother, Caleb Martin, which is better, that plays for the Heat, got paid less than his brother.
Facts.
They overpaid Cody Martin.
Facts.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
And you know what local media was saying?
What?
Oh, he's a great defender. He's one of our best defenders. Man, who has he locked down? Which wing small forward has he shut down this season? Don't worry, I'll wait.
Uga Lakabunai.
Damn.
Oh man, he's one of those.
One thing I will say though, Nick Richards, because Coach, you were saying earlier that Mark Williams, he should have been starting. Now, I thought he should have been starting until I seen how Nick Richards looked. He didn't look like he looked last year. He looked like a different player. Not to say he looked like he a starting center in the league, but he looked like he might be on his way. He didn't fumble the ball as much as he used to fumble the ball. And towards like last year, because I was out on Nick Richards. I was out on him. I seen him in Summer League live. It was ridiculous. And then preseason, he was ridiculous. And he started, and his main thing, though, was he couldn't hold on to the basketball. He get a pass, fumble it. He get a rebound, fumble it. He couldn't hold on to the basketball. He's starting to correct that. I seen somebody drop him a no-look pass real close. He caught it. He got to the line a lot that first game they played. And I seen him go to the hole, dribbling the ball. He kind of shook this guy off with the left shoulder and went up with the right and got the and one. That was pretty nice. I'm like, hey, he looked more confident. He just looked more engaged in, like, he know his role, he know his spot now. Yeah. So Mark
Well,
got to work. Mark got to
well,
show himself.
let me say this, Pope, as and DJ, as y'all and the room, as y'all know, I was high on Nick Richards.
Mm-hmm.
It was the opposite. I wasn't. I was. I saw the progress that Nick Richards had made, and I was happy to see it. Okay. Um, and everything you just said, I witnessed in that game that you're talking about, and him coming out. But see, for me, the bar is no longer where it used to be anymore. Because LaMelo, you're on the clock with LaMelo.
Mm-hmm.
We're on the clock.
Righteous.
So
He looked
these
good at the end though with LaMelo. Like it looked
so
like LaMelo was
well,
working with him.
no, hold on. So to me, all of the extra stuff and the baby steps that Nick has taken, wonderful. Okay, but I think those young dudes, Mark and Jalen, already are advanced to the level where they can catch the ball,
Oh, for sure.
where they can finish at the rim. Okay, so and they 18 and 19 years old.
Okay,
Okay,
there
so
you go.
so for me, I'm with you, Pope. I don't want Richards out the league, but the point is, this was again this team. These people don't know how to evaluate talent. They don't have a plan for this team. It's not LaMelo's team. They're not building around LaMelo. Okay, let's keep it real here. Okay, their free agency pick is Cody Martin. When franchises that are making moves around their people are making major moves. Atlanta bringing in Javante Murray to go
Mm-hmm.
along with Trey Young. When I look down in Detroit and I see this young kid Ivy that they picked to go
Oh
along
man.
with Cab. Now they got
Oh,
6'7" and
oh,
6'5" in the backcourt. Two
oh.
young dogs.
With
And
Jalen
Melo
Duran,
and
they
Melo
gave
got a
him.
dog and a old Rockweiler. God damn.
So, coach, not to cut because you cooking, and I'm gonna stay right where you at. That like to give, they already picked Ivy, which is a high prospect, and then you trade Duran to K Cunningham, Sadiq Bey,
Oh my God.
Man.
Ivy. You
Oh my
you
God.
put him with them, and they in the Eastern Conference. You dumb as
Oh my
hell.
God. That's what I'm saying. See, this is malfeasance. This is dereliction of duty. These people don't know what the frick they doing at
Mm.
all. They playing by numbers and painting by colors. Don't think they ain't.
Or like I said, they getting ran by the league to be a garbage organization, and the blame will get placed on Michael Jordan, which he cool with it, which that's a sucker move for sure. I'm not vouching for that move. That's how he went because I want to win. I don't fuck about all that, but no doubt, man. It seemed like they just giving other teams everything else. It seemed like they going all the way the wrong route on purpose. These people are not this dumb. They can't be. It's no way in the world you can be this dumb. I mean, anybody can look and say, "Oh, Jalen Duran, well, he was the number one prospect coming out of high school. Are you kidding me? We got him at 15. Not giving him away for, and he fits with LaMelo's swag and play. He fits. So if we can get him at 15 and then grab a Mark Williams at 7, like okay, we rock it. We can re-sign Miles Bridges. Now we got height, and we can still get this McGowan kid on the back end. To where if we want to move Rozier or do whatever the hell we need to package up, if somebody want Book Night or somebody want Rozier, this, that, and the other, we got this kid, Bryce Gavin, on it. So you could have still had all three of them players and damn them got them during them second round picks, man.
Could have got it. And Nick N says Jalen Duran trade favor was that Kobe payback. when he was with the Lakers, probably. Hey, man, when it comes to rookies, here's the thing with the Hornets. You don't allow a rookie to tell you, oh, I don't want to play. You still draft them anyway. What are you going to do, sit out a year?
Facts.
Come on, man. Don't use that damn excuse talking about, oh, he don't want to be here. So LaMelo didn't want to be. I'm sure LaMelo didn't want to be in Charlotte. Looking at his face. But he just want to play basketball. But he played in Charlotte. It is what it is. You draft the best players available.
Facts.
And if you trade a pick, you better get some assets. Like,
Facts.
if they would have traded with OKC Thunder, that would have made sense. Because even though I think the Thunder would improve, they're not going to be a playoff team. They're still young. And yes, E-Kid Podcast Jello should be playing today. I don't know how many minutes he'll get, but he will be active.
Can we let's DJ, that's good. That's a good transition. Let's switch to Jello talk now, because I got a statement I want to make.
Okay.
I am so happy that Jello is having an opportunity to play in the summer league, especially on this team, because I've seen this team play already, and clearly he's the oldest, most experienced player on this team. So he is sorely needed. And today I can't wait to watch him, because I know he gonna look like the best pro out there.
Yes, sir. And it's crazy. Like I say, I love Scotty. I mean, I don't love Scotty, though. I'm gonna say that, but I hate the fact that he broke his leg in practice and all that. But that's God's plan. However, he gonna recover. Hope for a speedy recovery for Scotty Luke.
Absolutely,
for sure, and get back in business, because he was on his 2-way contract deals and trying to move up. So I don't want to see that venture off. But I believe the Hornets, since they drafted him and they believe in him and they've been giving him action, he'll still have action with the G League team and everything when he get back from his injury. But now as I say that to say this. That just widens the door more for Liangelo Ball, because they play the same positions. He was getting a little more minutes than Liangelo from last year's summer league and even in the G League. So him having to be out for even some of the G League season, because when you break a leg, I don't think that's I don't know exactly how long that take to heal up fully, but I know that's gonna be a minute.
Yeah, I heard he was one of them bad ones like Paul George.
Ouchie.
Oh,
yes,
man.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
I heard it was a bad one.
Oh, wait. See it. Oh, so yeah, hope you get back, my guy.
Hey brother, let me read this right here. Jack Sparrow, I think you were here last time, and we have 70 people in the chat. Make sure 70 likes. Thank you for tuning in to RawTruth Media. He says you are overreacting on Duran versus Mark. I believe Mark is a better fit. Duran is more talented, but still not enough to run an offense. Stu Duran has 2 playmakers on the team. Trade still bad. You pretty much agreed with us when you said Duran is more talented. That's the point. Yeah, thank you for that, my brother. Yeah, Duran is more talented. That's the point. I don't care who's older, more established on the defensive end, supposedly. Duran is younger and more talented. Thank you for agreeing with us.
Right, and you still he still missed the point, because you still could have had Mark Williams as well as Durant.
Exactly.
So you could have both. That's what we saying. You had both in your hands.
And we like Mark Williams' potential.
Correct.
We're not blaming Mark Williams at all. This is the organization's fault. Like the Pope said, and the only correction is it was 13-15, which is all good. 13 and 15, you could have got both.
You could have got both.
And listen, this is why I like Mark Williams. I can tell you right away the reason I like him. He got the most motivation to be great than the other ones, more than the other ones.
Correct.
Because his sister got drafted higher than him.
She be talking her talk too. Like, I'm the
you
best
damn
in the
right.
family. Yeah,
you damn right. So he got it inside his crib. His sister got drafted higher than him, and she put in work. So he can come down there and act like a pedestrian, a cone all he want. He gonna get clowned at Christmas and Thanksgiving.
And he at home too, Coach.
Yeah, facts.
He at home.
So I like a lot about this. I like.
Mm-hmm.
But I do
to
agree.
to me, when them two dudes landed, the basketball gods landed those two guys for them to be able to get them. It gave them an opportunity to say where they are they all in on Melo or not, and they proved that they not.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this was for me.
Yeah. Especially not knowing what's going on with Miles Bridges. Especially
we know what's going on with Miles Bridges. He ain't gonna play next year for sure.
You don't think so?
Man,
Next
pretty
year
bad,
for
man.
sure. He ain't playing next year for sure.
Damn.
You know how the NBA is.
No. This thing right here is really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I ain't heard nothing ever since they reported it, and it like just he not no teams talking about signing them, or he been even thinking about it or nothing. Like as far as so yeah, I guess man, sheesh, that's rough. That's rough.
No, very rough.
That's rough. Young man making a lot of bad decisions out there. All that talent.
I mean, and I'm going to say, what I saw, what I heard for myself. Now I don't know if this is true, and it's going to come out because Miles was arrested on felony domestic violence.
Correct, felony. Who said
felony? He wasn't arrested on just regular domestic violence. He was arrested on felony domestic violence. So that means they had proof that there was violence. Do you understand, family? That's what that means.
Like, yeah, correct. Oh, I'm glad. You know what, Coach? You a cold brother, OG, for real. Because that's the first thing I said when I read it to my lady. I said, felony? I said, oh, yeah, he got a felony domestic. That means he was choking out and he did some craziness. Like,
thank you.
Domestic violence is a misdemeanor charge everywhere. Unless you go to a certain extent.
Unless they can see violence, and his wife. I don't know if this young lady is his wife or his baby mama, but I know this. She has documented injuries like concussions and I mean like broken noses. I mean, just like real stuff, man. The kids saying that Miles choking his mommy until she pass out. Man,
Hey, and Coach Joe, let's add this: the mother of his kid documented way before the incident.
Before.
Man, that's some trouble, man. This ain't no regular domestic violence, like an argument turned wrong.
That's right.
This some Ray Rice. This some Ray Rice.
No, it's beyond Ray Rice because this is the NFL. This is the NBA's Ray Rice.
That's what I mean. I'm okay.
Yes,
that's what I meant.
But bigger because Miles was getting ready to get that bag.
Oh yeah.
Miles is getting ready to get that bag. Miles was one of the top free agent picks this summer, and he just been. I mean, you know what? Family. I'm keeping it real. I'm not saying this is the same. I'm not saying it's the same thing. I'm saying it's similar. Okay, for me, the Reggie Lewis and the Len Bias thing, man, just gone.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah. Because it wasn't there was no flags. There was no precursor to this. Miles didn't have a history of any kind of business like this. Any kind of business like this. So it's way out the blue. So Liangelo, I mean, is everybody with me or not? Because this is the square I'm standing on. Okay. He's the oldest player. This will be his second opportunity or third opportunity to play with the Hornets, to be with the Hornets franchise.
Hmm.
I have to feel like this is the opportunity that's going to show whether he can do it or not.
You talking about Miles Bridges, right?
No, I'm
No,
talking about
he
Liangelo
was
Ball.
on to
Oh,
Leandro.
yes, Jello. Yes, yeah, great. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
He's got to put it. He's got to capitalize on this summer. I truly feel that way, and I know a lot of people are a lot of us listening are fans of Jello, but with common sense, this is the best opportunity. Hornets are in desperation mode. They're trying to. They're not trying to. It's funny. They're not trying to build around LaMelo, but they want to keep him long term, which is odd enough.
Well, DJ. To me, that makes sense to me because they know he sells tickets and he turns the turnstile.
Exactly.
He gonna always do that.
Yeah, but see, it's like I want to get your opinion on this too, because my take on the Drew League, to me, the Drew League was going to be a big thing for him. To me,
Who we talking about?
Liangelo.
Oh, okay.
The like footage that he was going to put out in this Drew League, due to the fact that now you can control the narrative. LeVar can control his team. You on the BBB team. You put a cool team around him that know how to run and gun, point guard who a pass first point guard, and allow Liangelo to do what Liangelo do. See, nobody ain't seen Jello destroy and put up numbers like he didn't put up that they respect since his high school, because they didn't respect the JBA. They didn't respect Lithuania, even though he did his stuff. But and they view of him as, oh, he too small to play small forward. He too slow to play against quick shooting guards. So he's a tweener. We don't know this, that, and the other. Okay, well, look at his body. He's 6'5", almost probably 6'6", 6'4", 6'5", and that body size, he know that he got a good touch around the rim. They should have been displaying all of that type of stuff in the Drew League instead of trying to have him play out of his position, especially the point guard. I mean, he never played that in his life, and it, to me, it was bad. That was a bad idea, bad footage put out there of him. A lot of turnovers, a lot of bad shots, a lot of bad decision making. What do you think about that?
Now, which footage you talking about, Pope? I'm sorry, I'm in the dark.
The Drew League footage.
The Drew League when he was playing point guard.
When he was playing point guard in the Drew, I didn't like it at all. I don't think it was a good decision to have him playing the point guard. I thought he should have been showcasing his post game skills, because he got good post control, good post game. And the NBA, they haven't seen that since a long. You know what I mean? Nobody's gotten to see that, especially saying he can't do it against bigger players.
And Pope, let me add this. We had someone on. It wasn't me, but we had someone. I think it was Hoop Jargon. We had someone on the channel one time. I think last year, and all they said was, if Jello adopted the PJ Tucker role and hustle while shooting threes and doing what he does offensively, that's his best bet to make the NBA. And people may scoff off and say, "Oh, PJ Tucker's not this," but PJ Tucker always gets a bag, and teams always want him.
Love wait a minute. He just picked up a big bag here. He going to where's he going? To Philly?
Yep.
Philly,
yeah. Philly.
Okay. I mean, absolutely. I mean, look, anybody that try to slight PJ Tucker in any way don't know basketball and don't respect the game.
Right.
Okay, correct. Just that simple. They don't know it. They ignorant, and them comments should just be taken for that. Considered a source.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can you imagine with the way that Jello shoots? If he can defend like a PJ?
Oh yeah, that's NBA right there.
and shoot the way he shoots? Oh my stars! You gotta be kidding me.
No
Pope, you kidding me? How is that not, man? That's it, ain't it? Or is that not it?
That's it.
Man, come on.
That's it.
Hey, brother said, Meta says if Kenny Lofton Jr. can make the roster, so can Jello. Not to scoff out Kenny Lofton Jr. He's from PA. Shout out to PA, Port Arthur, Texas.
That's
Kenny Lofton should have been drafted.
Correct.
He's really good.
That's a dog.
Yeah, he ain't no scrub, man. He ain't no regular another player.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I
Wait a
mean,
minute.
that dude's a dog.
Man, Kenny Lofton is Kenny Lofton Jr. Excuse me.
Kenny Lofton Jr.
Okay.
Come
Kenny
on, man.
Lofton Jr. Okay.
Come on, coach.
I'm like, wait a minute. Which junior is this? The baseball player, Kenny Lofton? This is
Talk to him.
Wow.
It's humongous.
Well,
what have you been feeding him?
Well, first of all, let me say this. His genes are impeccable because Kenny Lofton was unbelievably athletic.
Man,
okay.
Come on.
With the fundamentals and one of the greats. So that describes to me why his hands are so damn good, because the kid got great hands. Okay.
And everything.
Yes, great feet. His daddy had great feet, had great hand-eye coordination. This kid got all that. Plus, he got the perfect, to me, NBA small ball center body.
Uh-huh. Talk to him.
Perfect. Are you kidding me? When down there in Memphis, when they can't play Adams and him and the other boy down there, what's his name? The power forward down there in Memphis, the young kid,
Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah, Jaren Jackson. Him and Jaren Jackson down there at the 5 and the 4. That's going to John him and man. That's going to be hell of a.
Oh yeah, see, man, overall, he mean that in comparison to body type and skill and height. Now, for sure, I got what you mean. Cause this kid, I love what you just said. Cause I'm hyped when talking about Kenny Lofton. I never heard of him, right? And I checked him out playing in Utah in the summer league. His footwork, like Coach said, is crazy. His finish around the rim with contact. He embraces and takes on the contact versus taller defenders. He fully knows that, yeah, you might be taller, but you not a brawler.
I like that, bro.
Okay, coach.
Yes.
I say you might be taller, but you're not a brawler. And that kid is a real big boy. And he know how to change the speed real good.
Yeah, everything, yes.
Like I'm watching this whole entire game, like, and the way he did Chet Holmgren, and I went back and I checked.
Wait a minute, hold on, please don't go to Chet yet. Don't go to Chet yet, because I got a lot to say about Chet. I got a lot to say about Chet.
Hey, wait a minute. I gotta do this real quick. Shout out to Gunner Boy. I see you, my brother.
What's up, Gunner Boy?
I did my research too.
What's up, nephew?
When Fred Allen posted this, Kenny Lofton Jr.'s dad is an Army vet, not a former baseball player. Thanks for correct.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. But all of what we said was still like he came from the other one, because he just raw like that. But DJ, but Pope, this is what I love about him. He get that ball in that low post, and his footwork so beautiful. He put that belly right on you, baby. Some people can't handle that belly right on them, baby. They can't handle that body, baby. They can't handle it.
Yeah. He put
it right on you. That's what the Joker do. Joker put that belly right on you.
And he's so deceptive with his fake. With he will get you. Man. You know what I mean? With his hesitations, his looks up at the basket, but he knowing he is a real player. I'm gonna predict first team all rookie at least.
Well, you know, to me, I can't give him that because it's a depth chart down there in Memphis. And he got to work. Through that depth chart. That, you know, it ain't like he coming in a situation where he automatically gonna play. He ain't.
Who the backup power forward there? That's my point.
No. We know, no. We know who he is. The big kid, the kid that can jump out the gym and rebound. Come on now.
Oh, Clark.
Come on now.
Williams. Oh yeah, God.
Clark, man. Come
Clark,
on now.
Man.
Yes. Clark, man. Clark is perfect.
Williams, I believe.
Hey, Daniel Sims said PJ Tucker, I think he meant Tucker, accepted his role on the team he was on, played his game, and was rewarded with the championship in 2020. Now a bag with the 76ers this coming year. Hey, that's winning. If that ain't winning, I don't know what is. And back to Kenny Lofton Jr.
Yeah.
Along with the moves and pump fakes, guess what he's doing on defense? He's hustling.
Yep.
Even though they're bigger than him, like taller.
Yep.
Even though they're taller than him, he's hustling.
Yeah.
And that's how you get in the NBA. You gotta hustle teams, man. You gotta be a scrapper.
And this correct. Is the thing, and this is the thing, Daniel Sims, about your point that DJ just read. I want to highlight a little more. We'll get into that a little bit more.
Who they backup center, coach? I just want to ask you that right quick.
Huh?
I'm sorry, I want you to answer that, but who they backup center Memphis? Because he can play the 5 too.
Well, no. Yeah, you're right, and I'm trying to think.
Steven Adams is out.
Right.
I think he out of there. That's who they back or they center.
No. Adams ain't out of there because remember he had just signed that deal with New Orleans. They re-signed and then they traded him for Valanciunas. So he still got a couple years on that deal. I don't know who they backup is. I'm trying to think. I'm thinking about Memphis's name and team, and I can't get it. But I want to answer this really quickly. Hold on.
Okay.
Because PJ said accept his role. See, family, that's a media, corporate media, coaches association talking point. Okay. PJ Tucker carved out his role. He created a role for himself.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what you have to do at the pro level. You have to find your own way when you wanted the others, when you wanted an ensemble. When you're not the lead, okay, you have to find your own way, just like you do in a jazz quartet in a room with Miles and Coltrane. See, and you the second trumpet. I mean, it's behind sax behind Coltrane, and you the second trumpet behind Miles.
Tell him how your boy got on, coach, that you coached before, Tayshaun Prince. How he got on, how he started getting his minutes in the league. You remember?
Exactly right, because Tayshaun understood when he was at Detroit. See, Tayshaun was always very, and he is a savant when it comes to the game, understands the game.
Mm-hmm.
Always highly intelligent, highly understanding. So he understood how do I carve out my role? And he with Detroit, well, Chauncey does this and Rip does this and we got this for this. Well, okay, my role will be this. I'm gonna be the 3 and D. Tayshaun was a 3 and D before there was a 3 and D.
There we go. That's what I was waiting for.
He agreed to be 3 and D before it was a 3 and D.
He locked up Tracy McGrady.
Locked up everybody quietly as it's kept, but especially in the playoffs.
I mean, like when he first kind of like started getting a little bit of minutes, they put him in playoffs. This is what I remember vividly when he's like his rookie year, and he locked up Tracy McGrady, had him held down, and after that, it was on and popping. Then he was a guy 3 and D, just like you said. But it started with that right there. At first, he wasn't getting many minutes during the regular season, but in playoffs, when they get tight, the rotation gets smaller, and it's like, guys, okay, when you get out there, show what you can do. And he got on defense, even though he can score every which way. But he played that defense, and when he got his open shots, he knocked them down because he was, like Coach said, he playing with Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, Rasheed Wallace. He playing with some
facts.
So when you get out there, you got to seize your opportunity, and how you do so is be outstanding on defense for sure. And everything else will fall into place, and you'll knit your own role.
K Lofton.
And so I want. I'll go ahead, DJ.
No, I'll read this real quick.
Go ahead, DJ.
K Lofton says maybe the new head coach will allow Jello to get some playing time. I hope, but the word on the street is he's a better version than James Borrego, JB 2.0. So just look at what he did with the Hornets and with the Orlando Magic. He's stubborn playing those young guys. Maybe it changed. I don't know, but that's his resume.
That's fact too, though, right? But it's like this. He looked like an old school cat, and I think he like good basketball. As far I don't know what his coaching resume is his coaching resume. He got the Hornets when he had Kemba. That's here nor there. But he seemed like an old school coach. Like he like good basketball, high IQ, which Jello bring to the table. And if he can knock down and seize his moments and like we all saying, play defense and knock down them jumpers when you got them opportunities, you can go. You may like them.
So for myself, I reserve any opinion or anything about Clifford the Big Red Dog, second
the big
time
red
coaching.
Dog, my nigga.
Okay. The Big Red Dog over here coaching again for a second time. I ain't got nothing to say. I'm just gonna let his own talk, his own walk, his own swag, his own ability speak for themselves. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Because he didn't already showed us. To me, we already have tape on him, and to ask me to do what Groucho Marx and Richard Pryor asked me to do, ask us to do, believe me or your lying eyes. I ain't doing that. I saw what he did when he had Kemba Nim. Okay, I was watching the NBA then. Okay, so you ain't gonna erase it from my mind like we on some kind of Men in Black, and you got some kind of little machine. We all come on, man. No, man, no Men in Black. I remember. So whatever people want to say, whatever. Okay, I already saw it. Now,
let me read this right here. Oh, sorry, Coach.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Ian Kidd podcast, and this is something I want to address. He said, if I was Jello, I would try to emulate Klay Thompson, become a lockdown defender while constantly hitting my shot. That's the problem. He's not Klay Thompson, and that's okay. They keep trying to put him as Klay Thompson, and that's the problem right there. He is not a Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson is one of the best defenders in the league. Klay Thompson is one of the best
he ain't shooting like Klay.
Yeah, he's a good. Jello's a good shooter, but he's not a Klay Thompson shooter.
No.
Wait a minute. Hold on, family. This is what we could do right here to show DJ to show that point for what it is, family. Let's just do this right here. What was it like for Klay Thompson being Klay Thompson?
He had to go through the smoke.
No. Come on now. Listen to what I just said, family. Don't let that go over our heads. He came back this year. Who watched the playoffs? What was it like for Klay Thompson to be Klay Thompson?
As far as on his comeback?
As far as what we saw in the playoffs, Pope.
I mean, he struggled here and there for sure.
He struggled the whole playoffs, Pope. He didn't look like Klay Thompson.
He had a good game 6, I believe.
He didn't look like Klay Thompson. That's the point. No. Klay Thompson is the level that Klay Thompson played at before he got hurt. He can't even play back at it yet.
No, not yet. Yeah, correct.
How is Jello gonna be Klay Thompson? Klay Thompson can't be Klay Thompson right now.
Yeah, he's still recovering. Pope and Coach, he's still recovering. He's not really 100% like recovered after playing this year.
Thank you.
True.
Look, I watched every playoff game. I watched every playoff game. I listened to every press conference. Okay, I listened to every one of them, and Clay was constantly talking about trying to find himself because it ain't easy what he did. What him and Steph are doing is unfreaking believable, and it's at the highest level that you can imagine. And they're just haters that don't like it.
Mm-hmm. Got a new whip wrapped around my neck. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I want to talk about some of these dudes that just blew me away because this so far, these rookies so far, some so far have really impressed me, and this class looked like it might be pretty good. I already mentioned Jaden Ivey down in Detroit, whose mama happens to be also the head coach at Notre Dame, women's coach. Okay, so shout out to the Ivies. I mean, this kid is nice. Him and Cade, oh my stars. He is so he quick. He can handle. Oh my stars. He can score that thing. Woo, they gonna be really nice as it's coming out like him. The kid in Sacramento, Murray, looks like a pro already. Looks nice, Murray. Ooh, Keegan Murray looks really nice. Okay, the kid in Houston, I keep forgetting that he's 6'10". The Jabari Smith kid, I keep thinking the kid is 6'4", 6'5". He moves so damn well. He moves so damn well, even though he ain't shooting the ball so well. But he just got such physical tools. I just love that kid, unbelievable. The Holmgren kid, the first kid, Blanchero, his mama's a legend. Okay, his mama raised him. She a basketball legend too, by the way. Okay, this kid is unbelievable too. He having a little problem because they got him playing point, so he turning it over a little bit, but he's supposed to. But this kid is unbelievably talented, a legit 250, 260 coming into the NBA. And then Chet Holmgren. Man, I can't believe Chet Holmgren. He has blown me away. This dude here looks like a strong wind will blow his ass into the water if he walked by the lake. Yet he is in there. He is fighting. He ain't falling all on the ground. He got post moves. He got feet work. I'm like, what is Chet Holmgren? Wow. I've been super impressed with the stick man. I got to tell you.
Stick man, for sure. I agree.
It's much better.
It's much better than last year, man. The competition level last year was so garbage. I think the NBA rectified it too, because it was just horrible basketball play. It was a bad display, and if you notice, a lot of second year, third year, even players that you wouldn't think could be in there is in there. You know, from the Moses Moody's, Kamingas, but the rookies that you're talking about too, the King and Martin, and Murray and Jabari Smith, they icy. They icy. I did not know this. I ain't been watching college like that. The Jalen Durans, the whole level of competition this year in Summer League is on another level, for sure. I'm watching teams look like they playing running sets like they've been playing together for months.
Facts, Pope.
For real. I'm looking at that like these dudes just got together a week ago. so I'm watching them run sets and move the ball and knock down they jump shots, the open ones, and cats is getting dunks and trying to dunk on cats. I see high flyers. I see all kinds of stuff. I mean, I can't wait because I'm in Vegas. I'm about to go to the games today, check Jello out and everything. But
good,
man. Yeah, it's looking very good out there. I'm excited. I wanted to watch on TV first because last year I was a disappointment, but except for Jello was great to see. But as far as the other competition, but yeah, man, you're right, Coach.
What about you, DJ?
Repeat that.
What about you? Are the ones that we talked about? Anybody that you want to?
Yeah, I have I know that he had a difficult matchup against Pablo Banchero. We know Pablo Banchero. I think he's gonna be rookie of the year. That's just my opinion. But the brother from Houston. What's his name again?
Jabari Smith.
Jabari Smith.
Smith.
I'm letting people know when he gets comfortable, he's going to be that guy. I'm telling you, he's measurable. He moves so fluidly for his height and weight. It's impressive. I was impressed.
Yeah.
DJ, I keep thinking he's 6'4".
That's the way he moves.
Yes.
He's so agile, man.
Yeah. No, he's official. His jumper is
And look, family, who gonna tell me if you watch this? DJ and Pope, how impressed was y'all when y'all watched this when Holmgren's first game was against Taco Fall? Taco Fall, 7'6" ass, big 300-pound, and he was putting in work. You see the spin off 1 foot, 12-footer Dirk Nowitzki. Man, look, Pope. I'm watching this dude. This dude he ain't on the floor that often at all, dude. This is amazing to me. I don't know how this. I don't know how this is.
I was waiting to see what he was gonna look like too, because I'm like, I seen him in high school. I'm like, okay, nobody got no strength. This is different. Everybody got strength around here. They strong as oxes around here. So now but he finds a way. That's what I like about him. He's a smart basketball player. He know if I can't, I'm going against Kenny Lofton Jr. Ain't no backing Kenny Lofton Jr. down. Forget about it. Take him outside, try to get him running with the handle, so on and so forth. But yeah, no, he finds a way. He figures it out. If he's not doing good on offense, he at least trying to disrupt on defense. So shout out to Chet, man. I'm very impressed.
And also, have y'all seen it? The DJ to me and Pope. He's fierce, man. He love to compete too. I've been looking at his face a lot. I'm like, oh, on the bench. I'm like, oh,
right.
See, look. I've been looking at Porzingis, who's big like him. Okay, since he been in the league, he ain't never had that look that kid have right now.
Right.
That look there, that kid got right now. He ain't had it one day.
You see him raise the roof, DJ?
Oh yeah.
He like to raise the roof.
Hey, Pope, did y'all see that one? Did you see that one move we made? We came down here. He went behind the back, behind the three, and pulled up. Oh, I was like, oh hell no.
Yeah.
Man, Jabari Smith, when they played against the Thunder, he was all over the place. Had 9 rebounds, 12 points, 3 steals, 3 blocks. Was a menace. He just had to get the jitters out of game 1.
I seen that.
I'm like, this dude's the truth, man. I'm not gonna judge him. I'm not gonna judge him on one game like these Shines are doing. I'm not gonna do that.
I love him.
I love him too.
I love him.
We got E-Kid podcast. Oh, sorry about that. We got E-Kid podcast. He wanted to explain his point about Jello being the next Klay Thompson.
Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I was.
How you doing there, young G? Go ahead.
I'm doing all right. How y'all? Everybody doing? But
good,
I wasn't trying to say he's Klay Thompson. I know it may have came off of that way. I was saying like emulate some of the things. Not saying he can do that or he can duplicate that. But you know how like Klay Thompson, he's with the role. No matter what role he's given or how he's in the team, if he's the second option, third option, 4 options, he's going to one commitment on defense. Obviously, he guards the best defender on the other team. So just commit yourself on defense. Just try as hard as you can. And when you're given an opportunity to hit your shots, just knock them down. Just show the best you can. Not saying he's going to be Klay Thompson, but just emulate some of that effort Klay Thompson gives up on the defensive end. Not saying he is.
Ian Kidd podcast.
Yes.
That right there, what you have said to me, speaks to the frustration that many of us have who are rooting for Jello.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because there is no reason for him at this point not to understand that defense has to be a huge part of his portfolio to get into the NBA.
Yes.
He has got to be a two-way player. See, this just shooting the ball and being a great shooter don't mean nothing when you coming through the back door. And Jello is coming through the back door.
Yeah, I agree. What do you think is stopping him from giving that consistent, hard-working effort on defense each and every time out when he's guarding players?
You know, to be honest with you, the only thing that I can think of that to me that would speak to that, and I really want to hear Pope and DJ on this, really, guys. I think it's the people that's in his head.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. Coach Joe, man.
What do you mean?
Defensively, let me start with defensively. Jello tries, but he's got to go an extra notch since he does not have lateral quickness on defense. Just like PJ, that's the guy I mentioned.
Yeah,
doesn't have lateral quickness. He uses his strength, hands. He dives for loose basketballs. He's just a pass. Jello has to be
and
a
his
pass.
Smarts, John, DJ, and his smarts, he uses the angles.
Right. And when Coach Joe talked about people in his head, like his circle, I'm sure they're telling him, oh, you could do what LaMelo and Lonzo's doing. And really, he's not on their level. I respect Jello, and I want him to do well. But to say, like, there's some people who actually believe that Jello is on the level of his two brothers. That's not true at all.
No.
Instead of letting him grow organically like he should, he probably would have been in the NBA earlier if he adopted that mindset, learning from his two brothers. Okay, they're another level, but let me do my way. Let me be that pit bull junkyard dog. I already got the 3-point shot. I can make it my way. Instead of doing that, he been feeding, oh, you're Klay Thompson, you're this, and that's not his game.
Well, if I could add,
go ahead, Paul.
Can I say,
real quick?
What I think it is, mainly, he's never played in a different system all his life. It's defensively. It's been that full court press type, get down and you're in the front of it or the middle of it or whatever the case may be. And see, Lonzo and LaMelo, they had to adapt and they quicker. See, especially Zoe. Once he got to UCLA, he's learning different defensive systems and so on and so forth. LaMelo, when he went over to Spire, when he went over to, you got different coaches, different systems. It's not, the guys that they played for with the with the JBA LA squad, even though that's a different coach, he running whatever LeVar, with how they run their game. Chino Hill, same thing, how they run their game. The AAU, how they run LeVar, how they run they full court press. Everything's been the same for Liangelo. He ain't played for nobody else except for his dad's type of system and defense. So I think now in Charlotte, as he trying to learn, he learning different this, that, and the other, he'll start to figure it out. Okay, all right, but this is all new to him.
And you know what, Pope, I'm with you 100%.
I was going
we don't see it.
I couldn't hear you, Coach Joe. What you say?
I said I think that's you hitting the nail right on the head because when players are creatures of habit, and players and human beings, we always, when we're stressed or in situations where we're in new situations or challenging situations, we fall back on what we do well, what we're comfortable with, and that's what Jello has done. Because as Pope pointed out, he doesn't have any other reference point other than he's had Charlotte now for the last this going on now the second year.
Mm-hmm.
Where they have been telling him what they expect out of him. But for me, the door is open wide this summer league for Jello to step up and be what he says he's going to be in the NBA. That's what I'm waiting on.
Boy,
if I can add to that real quick, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yep, go.
Yeah, this is kid. The guy you heard earlier was my brother. That's E. We're the podcast. I was going to say,
wonderful.
What you all have said is good and all on paper and in theory, but a lot of times, a lot of players, athletes, they have pride. They're prideful. They all think that, and I'm not saying they shouldn't be that way. They all think they're the best or they're at a certain level. A lot of guys don't want to be PJ Tuckers. A lot of guys don't want to be Lou Will. They don't want to be guys who come off the bench, do the dirty. A lot of guys don't want to be a what's his name, Bobby Portis. They don't. While they can do it, they don't. Especially if you're a player who's young, you got your older brother and your younger brother that are playing you. You're like, man, I grew up with these guys. We got the same DNA. There's probably a lot of that going on in his head. Maybe he'll eventually get to that conclusion. But right now, I can understand why it'd be hard for him to internalize, or you're going to be nobody goes into the league thinking, oh, I'm going to be PJ Tucker. I'm going to be the dirty guy that dives for balls. Nobody wants to be that guy. You need that guy, but nobody wants to. Very few guys go into it with that mindset. I'm going to be a Draymond Green. I'm going to be a Dennis Rodman. Most guys don't want to be that. At least not going into it. So I think he's going to have pride out of the way. Once he gets his pride out of the way, maybe he can become that player. Go ahead.
Okay, well, kid, let me just let me go ahead and address what you're saying, because I don't believe he has a problem with playing any role. Those guys that you're talking about, they already like that. That's in them, not on them. The PJ Tuckers of the world, the Marcus Smarts of the world, them dudes been like that. That's they play.
Facts.
So Liangelo, he's learning, okay, just different sets, different rotations on how to rotate in the defense and so on and so forth. When you don't go through high school having to learn that, when you don't go through college having to learn that, you don't go to overseas having to learn different sets. He's been in the same set basically all his life, not even just in high school. They've been running that same thing his entire life. So yeah, he gives great effort. I hear people in the chat saying Jello he gonna work hard. That's the first key to defense is hustling your ass off. Okay. Now the next step is knowing where everybody at, knowing how to rotate, talk, everything is, that's the other keys to it. So he's learning that now just with Charlotte Hornets last year. And I don't think he thinks, oh, I'm on the level of my brothers. It's always been a stigma since day one that I've watched the Ball family where it's like, okay, I mean, the Ball brothers, those first two, I mean, the Lonzo and LaMelo, special. Jello, he'll get to the league and just be a smooth role player. I think he's always had that. They've always had him on that level of, okay, he'll be a role player, but not a lottery pick like his brothers.
See, and this is the thing that people have
to playing on a team this year. You think that this is the year he'll be on a team?
Maybe not. They don't pay me for thinking. I can't tell you that one. But I believe
my feeling, Ian Kid, is that this is his best opportunity.
There we go.
Okay, I agree with that.
This will be his best opportunity. He's one of the older players. And look, I've been around the game a long time. I've been in a lot of gyms. I've seen a lot of players. And one thing has never changed throughout all of the decades, all of the years that I've seen things. This adage has never changed. The cream always rises to the top. If you good and you know how to play, you will find your place if you out there doing your thing. And Jello, this is his second year now of him doing his thing down there with Charlotte, given an opportunity to do his thing. So what else can you ask for?
And Coach Joe, for Jello, what I've heard about Jello.
A good analog, I would say Gary Payton II. He's a good analog. He was somebody that was in and out of the league for years, and it finally panned out. It panned out. His hard work. You can tell that man was working on the team.
Brother, it took Gary Payton II some years, though. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it did. But when they called his number, he stepped up, though.
Yeah, but he bought in. He bought into it.
No. DJ, hold on. We remixing this. We mixing Gary. We can't do that. Gary Payton, the third, was in high school and in college a defensive guard. He's always been this guy. The guy that you see in Golden State has always been that guy. He's won Defensive Player of the Year in college. He's won it on his teams. He's always been known for that.
Mm-hmm.
So he ain't done nothing other than what he has been doing. He just got he just found himself in a situation where they needed what he had, and it was a great fit. And so he's parlayed it into an opportunity, and I'm happy for him. But let's just keep it real though. For Jello to follow Gary Payton's route, then that means he would come in as a shooter, more like a Mario Ellie, who played back in the day with Houston. DJ, I know you remember Mario.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
see Mario Ellie. Yes, and he took a long time getting there, but because they knew him as a sniper, he still remained a sniper when he finally got to the league and got his opportunities. So what I'm saying about Jello is, I want to see this sniping, man.
Jameer G says, question for y'all. What do y'all think Jello's lacking right now? What can he do to improve upon that? If I'm Jello, I'm hiring a speed coach to improve lateral quickness, sideline to sideline. I'm also getting a coach to teach adequate defense, the defensive guru, your hand placement, your IQ, things that you can do that you don't have the skill, the ability to do physically. And if he does that, he has a chance. But this year, that's the crazy thing. That's what Coach Joe talked about. This year is the best opportunity for Jello. He has to maximize it.
I
If
think
you're Jello, what would you do to come in?
Wait. Let me read this real quick. He said, Ty Johnson, that's what he's known for. Is he efficient shooting? Is Jello, everyone in the panel, ask me this. Is Jello right now NBA efficient level in 3-point shooting?
No.
Okay, then. Because some of you shines go on these YouTube channels and you're doing fan logic. You're not watching the game. Oh, he's already a sniper. Come on.
No, he's not a sniper.
Bro, if he was a sniper like that, he'd be called up.
Already a sniper means you have tape of you being an NBA sniper. He doesn't have any of that.
I just think he need time. You know what I mean? I being out the league, just like that's anybody. I've been out, not even the league, been out of basketball, period, for 3 years. Last year was his first year back in going to practice all the time, playing in games and so on and so forth. And so it's just like a Klay Thompson coming in, not just like. But if you out, whether Michael Jordan, he went out due to injury when he stepped away from the game. And when he first got back, he didn't look like the Mike we knew. It took him a little bit to get it back under his belt and do like we accustomed to seeing him. So being out 3 years
and Pope, and let's talk about how he wasn't. How was he not that good? Because they got bounced by Orlando in the playoffs. Go ahead.
Right. He was smooth. He just wasn't the Mike that we was accustomed to seeing. But he showed us different things. But I'm just saying, a guy coming off his couch 3 years. Ankle surgery, came off of that, so on and so forth. It's just going to take him time. Only playing in one type of system all his life. Now he learning to do different sets, so on and so forth. But his IQ is there. I think he learns fast. And he just need time not only to get back all the way into it, but time on the floor once he get out there and not getting a little 5-minute spurts, put him in, take him out type situation. Let him get his feet wet.
And you know what's so sad, Pope? And I got to unload on this one because I'm tired of people just not allowing Jello to grow as a player, like we're talking about. They're talking about, oh, he has all this. Well, if Jello had all this ability that you're talking about right now, he would have been called up. None of us is lying.
Facts.
Everyone needs a 3-point shooter. We're telling you there's things that Jello needs to work on, and we were rooting for him, but you're getting mad because we're not being delusional and going in this fantasy. He's not like his brothers. That's okay.
I think with
What you gonna say, E-Kid?
I think what most people they fail to realize, I think what was going on with most people when they see players, they're already more complete. They didn't see all the work it took, all the years in the gym, all the practice, all the commitment. So you see a player who got drafted, he's first overall, like Paulo, and he's just dominating the summer league. It's all, well, it must be easy. Anybody can do that. Maybe a few months you can get like that. No, you didn't see all the times. He was getting burnt on defense. Somebody was crossing him up. He was missing rotations. He was missing shots. You're just seeing the complete form of what everybody else is seeing. So when they see Jello, they're like, why isn't he getting as quick as the other players? Why is he, adjusting on the fly? But these things take time, and that's why you have trainers, you have coaching, the coaching staff. You learn your plays, you develop, you learn through practice and games, and it just takes time.
You know what it is? You know what it is, though? Regular people who don't, because regular people, they don't know what it takes to be elite, to get to the top. So they just think, oh, he was born that way. Oh, Jordan and LeBron and Curry and Kobe and Katie, they were just born this way, and they just skated through life just off the. Yes, they're talented, they are gifted, but they still have to refine that talent, and that takes. I remember I was watching Gilbert Arenas. He was talking about this, of how he was doing 15 hours plus hours a day in the gym, and he was like picked number 31 overall. And they were like, well, why is he better than Kwame Brown? I was like, I was putting in the work. I'm in the gym. He always jokes, I wouldn't pass dudes the ball who I didn't see in the gym like me. If you weren't in the gym, you ran out of the gym after the mandatory practice, you weren't staying after hours to get better at what you're doing. I'm not passing the ball because I can't trust you. I know what I did. I don't know what you did. And people just assume that, oh, it's just osmosis. They go Super Saiyan and they can just score 35 in a game at any time. No, that's not how that works.
Remember, KD used to sleep in the gym. Practice. He used to sleep in the gym. So like y'all gotta be realistic, man. That's all.
Wait a minute, hold on. It's not even to me, for me, family. It's not even being not being realistic. It's just being straight delusional. It's like the world that we live in, where all of this work takes place, doesn't exist at all because they say so, or because they don't want it to. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Okay, Stephen Curry can shoot, and Klay Thompson can shoot the lights off of better than Jello, and Klay struggled this year when he came back. He couldn't understand it himself why his balls weren't falling, but they weren't. Because it's not easy. It's very hard.
Yeah, they watch television and they see Steph hit 400 threes in the season and hit 12 threes in the game. They just, oh, that's easy because he makes it look easy. But you have how many jump shots does Steph and Klay take in practice? I would imagine it's close to 400, 500 shots a practice. They're taking 500 plus shots in practice to perfect that craft. That's not something they're putting in thousands upon thousands of hours of missing shots, doing it again, getting up at the same time every morning, 5:30 in the morning, going to the gym, running, getting in condition, doing it over again, over every day, day after day. That is not easy to do. And when you get to in the league, everybody's elite. Like for the world, everybody has talent. Everybody is a phenomenal basketball player, but the guys at the top, they're even better than to separate yourself from a class of players that are already elite. You have to do just that much more work Like when people see LeBron, no, like it ain't just because he's tall. How many guys are 6'8"? How many guys can do what he does?
No,
I don't know why people just don't understand it. It must be a societal thing, honestly. You know, back in the day, people kind of appreciated hard work and they respected effort and grind and the journey. Today, we live in a microwave league and everybody just a microwave world, and everybody just wants instant gratification. That's just not how life works. It's not.
Man, that was excellent, bro. That was excellent, man. Y'all got to. Oh, sorry.
Sorry about that, DJ. I want to just say this. I appreciate that. That was a great point. I want to expound on that a little bit, okay? Because it's a little. It's that, young G's, and it's a little bit more than that. Remember, we live in a system, and that system and the infrastructure of that system is to inform and to keep and to control and keep into line. And the best way you control and keep into line is by controlling the information and how and what information people get. See, they know it. They know that you can look on any of, if you follow Steph on IG or any of these things, or you follow Clay or any of these guys, you see a lot of videos they post of them putting in work. The problem is that we don't live in a society where people will be honest about what's really going on. We live in a society where people will only be honest about what they like that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
See, Steph Curry is exceptional. And what makes him exceptional is the whole package, the work ethic, all of the jump shots, all of the time that he spent. You realize how long Steph Curry's been around the NBA? Oh, my stars. He's never had another life. Since he was a child, it's been NBA, NBA, NBA. See, so it's a lot more than what it appears, a whole lot more than what it appears. And this is a thing that I'm sure of, and I'll land my plane on this one. If you can play, if you get an opportunity, it will show. That has always been true.
That's so true, man. If you maximize your opportunity, if you get it, not this is the pro leagues. No one's gonna give you a position. You gotta take it, man. This is a grown man's game, man. They're trying to provide for their families. This ain't a given league. But I'm rooting for Jello, and if he keeps working hard, this is the best opportunity for him right now. He has to impress his new coaching staff. He has to make it. Also, let me switch gears, no pun intended. Darvin Ham, I wanted to talk about this. I'm going to start with Coach. What do you think of the addition of what Darvin Ham is doing so far and the Westbrook situation? I think that's important with Kyrie I've been hearing about. But, Coach, what do you think about Darvin Ham and what he has been doing so far this offseason?
Well, I'm going to tell you, when the Lakers picked Darvin Ham and I watched the press conference, I was dancing in my living room. Do you hear me, DJ and family? I was happy as all get out. When the first 3 or 4 words came out his mouth, I was like, yes, oh my God, yes. Woo! See, because it's people like Darvin Ham who have not been given the opportunities, but they've earned them. They deserve those opportunities. They've earned it. They put in the work. They put in the time. They are excellent in their understanding and in their way of communicating the game. See, and so I am just ecstatic about Darvin Ham. We got a real grown man down there who ain't gonna tolerate no excuses, no. CC, what had happened was none of that stuff. No, none of that. Well, you got to. Have you seen my tape? Yeah, we have, and it's right where it belongs with the rest of the tapes. What you doing right now? Nobody want to hear nothing about no tape. Okay, we live in a what have you done for me lately world. This is professional sports. Okay, we'll talk about your tape when you retire. Okay, that's when we'll talk about tape. Right now, we're going to talk about what your efficiency looks like, what your play looks like. Are you making winning plays? Are you contributing to the team? Are you playing at the best of your ability? Are you giving it? Are you buying in? Because if you're not, you're going to have this grown man in your face. And I love that. Love that. So I'm happy about Darvin.
I'm going to go ahead and piggyback off of that, Coach Joe. I love the hire, too, just because I know what type of player he was. I was in that era. Darvin Ham was on the Denver Nuggets, handling his business. And I like him a lot. But I'm more excited. There's Rasheed Wallace is as a coach. You got both of those guys in your face. I'm correct about that or incorrect about that, right? Rasheed Wallace is one of the assistant coaches.
No, you are correct about that, and that just makes it even better. Go ahead, Paul.
Right. So not only is one dog gonna be in your face, believe you me, you're gonna have two. Which I think if Anthony Davis can stay healthy, which is a big if, I think Rasheed Wallace is perfect for him to bring some type of dog, make him reach down and get some type of dog in him. Rasheed Wallace is definitely that guy, and then Darvin Ham, and with Russell Westbrook, I believe that's he might be able to do something better. Some guys react to certain guys differently. Some people who can. It's like I can tell a kid something right as a coach, and they daddy been telling them the same thing, but it just resonates different when I tell them. You know what I mean? You gotta hear me on that.
I hear where you're coming from.
I had that all the time. Like
I hear you coming from. Oh, man, you go. I'm sorry, cut you off. You can finish your point.
He about to go in on Westbrook.
Westbrook is he's not right. He's garbanzo, but he's not. He is still a future Hall of Famer, and he still can do some good things. So if you got him on the roster, can you bring the best of whatever the best is that he got left? Can you bring it out of him? Because last year that was the worst of what he had left. So can you change it around as the coach and he, we'll see. I think he's gonna be right for the job.
Yeah.
So hey, Pope man,
I think he'll probably be a good coach.
No, you can continue, E.
We
got a delay.
So, I was saying this. He'll probably be a good coach, and he'll probably be able to get some guys. But with Russell, when the guys been doing that so long, and guys just been heaping praise on them, and he can do no wrong, it's going to be kind of hard to try to change somebody who's been in the league that long. Like Russell, he's with that mindset. He's really not going to listen because, to him, I've been an MVP. I've been one of the best players in the league, so why should I change? What I've been doing has been working for years. Even if it hurts the team, he may not see it that way. So I just think and then for him, he'll probably look at him like, oh, he's a rookie coach. What does he know? So he'll be trying to follow what he's saying. So maybe he can get to him because I know certain coaches can't get to different players, but I think he's going to have a hard time trying to get to Russell. If Russell's still there, because they're trying to do the Kyrie trade and everything. But if you can, that'll be great. If you can get Russell to be more efficient and just buy in and not have it all be about him, then that'll be great. But I don't see it with Russell at least. Maybe the other guys he can get them to buy in, but I don't know about Russell.
Anthony Davis can't buy in if he's not on the floor. Can't buy into anything if you always hurt. So that's his weakness.
You ain't lying about that.
What did LeBron say? LeBron says it all the time. Availability is a skill.
Mm-hmm.
And some players don't have that skill. Gordon Hayward.
Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving. But one person that does have it is who we talking about is Russell Westbrook. One thing about Russ is he always healthy.
Yeah.
That is a fact.
That's the only thing that's good though. His availability is his only like bright spot. Everything else is
No, the fact.
But
that
See,
he's
everything
my
else, though.
my
super
feeling
duper
about the
hustler.
Lakers is right. See, my feeling about the Lakers is that, in the Russell situation is that Frank Vogel was not the voice that was going to be able to affect the change that they needed there. I think that's just all to it.
For sure.
And let me piggyback off that. Let's be honest. Russell Westbrook didn't fit with the team. The team was poorly constructed. When you get a Russell Westbrook, you better have a bunch of shooters. You better have just selfless, a bunch of players that are okay with being the role player. That's a perfect team for Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook and LeBron James, that's like water and vinegar. It doesn't match. It doesn't match at all. If you put LeBron James with a non-shooter, man, it's not gonna water and oil, like you said. It's not gonna make any sense at all. And did y'all watch the summer league with the Lakers, right? And LeBron was on the other sideline, and Russell was with the team bench. Now, I'm not trying to make too much of it, but they didn't even say hey to it. I didn't see them saying hey. They said hey to everybody else. But those two didn't, even say what's up, which was odd.
Well, my feeling is Russell ain't gonna be there. I think that they're gonna make that trade.
Exactly. Rob Pelinka was talking to every single GM at the Summer League. Nets, Raptors. Here's what I think. I think the Lakers are going to do a 3-team trade to get Kyrie.
I think Russell definitely going over to the Hornets. I think the Hornets is a perfect place for them to do something silly like that. Take $47 million.
Hey, they've been helping everybody else out, bro. They've been helping everybody else out.
If you right, and you think about it, if you really think about it, it makes perfect sense. Like Coach said, availability is some of the best ability. And he's available. Gordon Hayward is not. So if you make a trade for Gordon Hayward and you get him Terry Rozier, that clears up position spots that we got these upcoming youngsters like Book Knight and now Bryce Gowan. So you can do that. You put Westbrook over on the squad. At least he gonna be available. And one thing's for sure, he gonna hustle and work hard. And who knows if he flips the switch? If you got a guy like LaMelo Ball, you don't really have to play on the ball. LaMelo, you can. I mean, hey, it just makes sense. I think he'll be a Charlotte Hornet all said and done.
Hey, Jameer, he's not saying that he would like that. He's just saying that the Hornets are that dumb enough of a team to pull that trade off.
Correct.
That's what he said. I mean, look at the move.
Thank you, DJ. Thank you, DJ. Correct.
You're overpaid for Cody Martin.
And to be honest, I would rather have Russell Westbrook than Gordon Hayward. So,
I'd rather have Russell Westbrook and that $47 million than Cody Martin.
There we go. That's what. So it would make
sense. Guys, think about it. Look, that $47 million, imagine that coming off your books, man. That's a good thing. You know how much you can do with, man? Woo, please.
That's celebration.
That's a celebration, man.
That's a celebration. You get not only that 47, who you was giving that $47 million to. Like you said, he just don't fit the team whatsoever. So you need shooters. Right. Rozier's a shooter. Gordon Hayward is somewhat of a shooter when he's available, somewhat of a shooter. And the Hornets need somebody that's going to be available who's a dog and who's going to at least hustle his ass off, and he's available. And so you got 1 year to pay him that $47 million.
That's right. When you got Gordon, you still owe him 60 more.
Right.
2 more years on that contract at 30 apiece.
Thank you.
Right?
Correct.
So you owe him 60 for 2 more years. I'll take Russell for 1 year at 47, man. Look, see, this is what I'm trying to get people to understand about this Hornet situation. Because they made that decision and they decided to make that trade and pay for Gordon when nobody else wanted to, and then gave Terry that money without doing any real due diligence and without doing any really looking for a best fit, they stuck with some bad contracts. So you don't get out of bad contracts just because you got into one. you're gonna have to take a hit, and they're gonna have to take some hits to get out of this mess.
Yeah.
And shout
And
out
what
to
I'm
Hoop
saying
Jargon.
is they are on the clock. Melo's not gonna wait for you to keep throwing these years away.
Because if you get rid of that Gordon contract, right, you save yourself what you owe Russ $47 million for 1 year. You owe Gordon Hayward $60 million over 2 years. So you save yourself $11 million, man. That's hey. And I get a player that's gonna be available.
Hoop
And you
Jargon
get
says,
that spot.
Hoop Jargon says if anybody buying Westbrook, I'm selling the signed signed the Laker fan. Shoot, if anybody
Absolutely.
man.
Look, Hoop. Let's just be honest. We talking about this because the Hornets, great free agent signing is Cody Martin. Man, what else are we gonna talk about?
I know Kyrie Irving. I don't believe Kyrie's gonna end up over there, and not for no Russell Westbrook.
I do. I do, because he just bought a house. He just closed on a house here.
Everybody closes on houses in LA. If you don't, he late to the party.
Yeah, but
when you're a celebrity,
but
you better
Kyrie, we know how Kyrie.
In LA.
Yeah, but we know how Kyrie. But Pope, we know how Kyrie is. He didn't have money for a minute.
That's what I'm saying. He late to the party, but I'm just meaning like it wouldn't make no sense for the Brooklyn Nets to do such a thing. Because you can keep Kevin Durant. He can do all the bickering and all the pouting he want to do. We got you under contract for 4 years, nigga. You're not going nowhere. So unless we get a blockbuster deal, you can pout all you want, poke your lips out, throw a tantrum. What you're not gonna do is force us to take kibbles and bits. So Kyrie Irving,
kibbles and bits.
Right. I'm not but like me paying Russell Westbrook, trading him over here with Kevin Durant, who Kevin Durant ran from years ago. That would, man, I'm trying to keep Kevin Durant here. That would definitely not rub Kevin the right way. So that's out. I'm not even gonna look at that. I don't want to look at that deal.
You know what I would love to see though? You know what I would love to see? I know it won't happen, but it's like a good thought experiment. I would like to see KD go back to OKC and team up with Holmgren. They're the same player. Imagine two players who are archetypically the same. I just would like to see that for some reason. I don't know why. I like Holmgren a lot. I like what I'm seeing. He has to gain weight, but like KD, he'll gain weight. I would just, for some reason, he would. Let's say he wins the championship in OKC, that he would get some of that hit that his reputation took. He would recover some of that, because I'm sorry, the way it's looking, Steph Curry is just a better player. He's not more talented. He's just a better player. And everywhere he's won without KD before and after. So now people looking at KD like, hey, bro, like, what you doing? They're looking at him now. Steph proved everybody wrong at this point. So, as a thought experiment, I would like to see him go at OKC. I would love to see that on paper at least.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm with you on that. Back to OKC. If he gonna get traded somewhere.
Did y'all hear what the Brooklyn Nets, like, it's been reported with KD, not for Kyrie, but for KD, they are telling people, hey, if we don't get the deals we want, we let them sit on the bench and not play. If it gets, they don't want to take no bad deals.
That's what I'm saying. They're not. I don't know why people think the
I don't blame them.
The Nets, they got the best roster basically. They didn't done all this work. They didn't sign T.J. Warren. They didn't sign Claxton back. They didn't sign Patty Mills back. They signed who else? Somebody else that was cool in the offseason that they added to their roster.
Nick Claxton.
But Claxton, but somebody new though. Before T.J. Warren, they added. But you got Ben Simmons coming back. They got
Steph up there.
You got Steph. You got this big loaded roster, the most loaded roster in the league, and you got two superstars. You just Kyrie opted in, so the competitor in you should say, okay, yeah, we got what we need, the right ingredients. The front office then gave us the right stuff. Let's go out here and win a championship. And then
you know what it is with Brooklyn, though?
Kyrie, they'll probably re-sign you to a max deal because we go out here and win a chip, which is highly possible if they stop bitching and just go play basketball. They can possibly win a chip, and Kyrie can get that max extension that he wants to. He got to understand he needs to earn it at this point. He, whatever. But I love what Kyrie, I haven't fought him for sitting out due to that vaccination stuff. But that's neither here nor there. They don't need to go nowhere. And if I'm the Nets, no way I'm getting rid of Kyrie for Russell Westbrook and have to pay him $11-12 more million. And he don't go nowhere fit with KD or nothing that we trying to do. So if that's just not going to happen. It's not happening. And I'm not getting rid of KD for no.
I'm gonna tell you what.
I'm a Brooklyn.
But Brooklyn right now, the biggest issue is one, Kyrie. There's a lot of issues. But one, Kyrie, he doesn't stay healthy a lot, so that's a big problem. And also, Kyrie has a wandering mind. He don't know what he want to be. One day he want to be a preacher. The next day he want to be the Ayatollah. The next day he want to be a social justice warrior. Nigga need to pick a struggle. So that's number 2. Number 3, their mindsets are really not there. They're kind of fragile, mentally. Sometimes KD can be a little, And then number 4, their coaching isn't the greatest. I like Steve Nash. I like Mike D'Antoni, but Steve Nash and Mike D'Antoni have a certain philosophy. Because Steve Nash came from the Mike D'Antoni tree, which is offense, no defense, and they don't go deep into their bench. That's not a winning strategy. You're not beating anyone deep in the playoffs doing that. How do I know? KD was on a JJ Redick podcast. He said, Game 7 against the Bucks, he was gassed. Now, James Harden and Kyrie did go down, but at that point, it was man on man, 7-footer versus 7-footer. You couldn't beat him. He could have beat Giannis, but he ran out of gas because Steve Nash only runs 7 or 8. Look at the Warriors. We run 9, 10, 11 deep sometimes. And Steve Kerr knows how to keep Steph, his best players, prevent them from getting gas. He puts sometimes Steph is on the bench 5-6 minutes into the fourth. I hate when he does that sometimes, but it works. He gets results. So we need to talk about like the issues with the players' personalities, and also the coaching isn't the greatest. They asked for Steve Nash, but they're not winning a championship with Steve Nash. They're not. He's not that guy. They need somebody to tell them to shut the fuck up. Listen to what I'm doing. That's what Steve Kerr did. This is the plan. This is my vision. You can buy in, you don't. Sometimes, a lot of times with these players, especially with these younger guys, KD, Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, they don't want nobody telling them what to do. All those guys have had clashes with coaches somewhere down the line in their careers. Somewhere. They're stubborn. They're obstinate. They don't want to buy in. They don't want to be team players. They got their ego in the way. And that's why they don't have rings right now. Look at Steph, look at Clay, and look how they behave. Yeah, Draymond clashes, but Draymond has a role. He fits that role. Steph and Clay, they don't have egos. They want to win, and that's why they do.
DJ, Coach?
Yeah, man.
I want to start on that.
Well, I could say this. Every star in the NBA has some type of ego. I'm sure Steph does as well, but he doesn't show it. But Ian Kidd did make a good point. But let me add this. The Nets needed a coach that was a veteran, a reputable coach who can go in and talk to a KD and Kyrie. KD and Kyrie, they're not listening to coaches who are new, who have not earned their stripes. Any star doesn't do that. You think LeBron's going to listen to a coach? And Steve Nash, he was a great player who's just new like that. Remember when what's his name? From the Heat head coach, Spoelstra. When LeBron first got there, it took them time until LeBron saw that, hey, this is a good coach. And then the buy-in was there. And then the big three bought in, they won 2 championships. So Steve Nash was, but in due part, Kevin Durant and Kyrie wanted Steve Nash instead of a coach like a Mark Jackson, who would have been just excellent for them. So they signed up for it.
Mark Jackson ain't never getting another job as a coach in the league. I don't know what that nigga said. I don't know what that nigga said to them niggas at the top. They hate Mark Jackson, bro. They like anytime he wanted to. Oh no, niggas to go get back to commentate.
Hey, they lied on that coach. I'm gonna tell y'all the real. I'm gonna tell y'all the game within the game. In that situation, they were testing Mark Jackson. See, they wanted to invite him to the I'm not trying to get my channel, but y'all know what I'm talking about. These functions. And he
dollar sign, equal sign, minus sign, greater than, less than sign.
And he's telling them, why are you inviting me to these functions? I'm a religious man. And they kept testing him. And then they throw him these lies that he just this is how messed up it is. They're writing articles that Mark Jackson out of nowhere just dissing the positive sign, negative sign, whatever. That doesn't make any sense. I'm not buying that. So he's gonna randomly say things about people he don't know. You know what I mean?
I will say this, DJ, as sons of a pastor, growing up in a Christian home, holiness home. Hey man, when you preaching, there's gonna be some things against that community tie they ain't gonna like. It is what it is. It's just it's in the word, it's in the Bible, it's built into the religion. So eventually, I'm gonna say something you're not gonna like, and you can either get over that or just blackball them. And they chose to blackball them. But I mean, come on, man! Like you can't be a good Christian pastor and not address the sugary people. It just is what it is.
And brother, it's not even just addressing. They want an excuse to not have a coach that has his beliefs.
Yeah.
Correct. There you go.
They knew this was Mark Jackson when they hired him.
He wears it on his sleeve, which is not a bad thing. Like he be having a team doing Bible studies and all kinds of stuff. So they don't want that religious and politics and the business and so on and so forth. But he can't help it. He gonna do what he do.
Well, no, they want politics. They want politics. They just want the right type of politics.
Correct.
They want politics. Don't get it twisted.
Wait, let me add that. They want their politics.
They want there you go. There you go.
They want their
politics. But mainly
Monty, ain't Monty Williams a devout? Isn't he a devout Christian as well?
I believe so. But see, it's not. But see, the difference is he ain't got the team. If you go look and see what Mark Jackson had to go to State Warriors doing with the Bible studies and the praying like heavy and all kind of different stuff, it is a little bit different. Which they enjoyed it because a lot of them is believers, and so they had no problem with it. The team, but the front office had a problem with it, and they wanted him to dial that back. He wasn't going to do that.
This is what
I think what happened was somebody in the front office was gay or something like that, and come on, San Francisco. I mean, look, man, that's where they're located. So maybe they felt like his beliefs would rub fans the wrong way of somebody in the town. It's a lot of nuance to it, but I mean. In some ways, that's a lack of awareness on Mark's part because he knew he was getting into. He was going to move to that city, that area. This is a lot went wrong in that situation. I don't begrudge him for his beliefs, but I'm just saying, like, right now. But that doesn't mean he should be allowed to coach somewhere else. I don't know what he said. They hate that they won't let him coach anywhere. I get not wanting to coach and go to state, but like he can't go somewhere else. Everybody's not San Francisco, so
because they put the Golden State put the word out. Golden State put the word out to all owners to not hire this man. He's been blackballed, aka whiteballed. You gonna say Coach Joe?
Huh?
You was gonna say something, Coach Joe?
No. My thing is this. Being a coach in the NBA is a political job, and there a lot of politics goes into it. And I don't think it's just one particular thing that makes it be what it is. I think it's just politics as well. And I think for Mark Jackson's politics, whatever they are, And I don't think it's just a one thing. It's not fitting with the NBA in terms of the coaching fraternity, but they have no problem with him being a part of the broadcasting community. So they have no problem with putting him out there, paying him, using his skills, his verbal skills, his analytical skills, his basketball abilities to talk about the games. They're using him there, but they don't want him for some reason. He can't get back into the coaching ranks. And for me, as a former coach, I know that situation is not always. Oftentimes, when it looks complicated, it's because it is complicated because there's a lot of issues at play, and most of them are not probably known.
Excellent
Because
point,
there are
Coach Joe.
places in this country, because there are places in this country, including the job that just opened up in Charlotte, where they just went with Clifford the Red Dog again, Big Red Dog again. They could have went with Mark Jackson. That's a very Christian and conservative state, North Carolina. They could have.
We live here. We live in North Carolina.
So
we know what you're talking about.
So for them to bring back Clifford the Big Red Dog, for what? Why not Mark Jackson?
Because Mark Jackson come with a price too. Big Red Dog, Clifford the Big Red Dog, don't coach. He come with the little asking price. You gonna keep these assistant coaches? Okay, well, whatever. I just want to coach. Give me a paycheck, any kind of paycheck.
Yeah. Also, Mark he's gonna keep the door in, and he's gonna clean house, and he's gonna do things his way. So it's beyond it, because there are a lot of people who share Mark's beliefs, but Mark is outspoken. Mark is, he's forceful. He's masculine. He's gonna do things the way he want to do things, and some people, they're not comfortable with that. They don't want, so it is what it is.
And think about that, Coach. You said
I'll land my plane on this. I've been following Mark Jackson since he was in high school. Okay, I saw him play high school and college and go up through the ranks. To all of a sudden reduce Mark Jackson to he don't like gays and that's why he ain't coaching. Me personally, I can't go with that, but I understand.
Right. See, I believe like you were saying, they gave him, they cool with him broadcasting, but not coaching. See, with coaching, you leading men and you a leader of men. Broadcasting, you just giving your opinion, but it was a way to like shut him up without shutting him up. If that makes sense. Give him this microphone. Let him be involved.
It does. Pope. It makes sense. Pope, remember this. It does, but they don't have to put him with him at all. There are a lot of people that want that job. They can just get rid of him and blackball him completely from the whole.
But then they wouldn't be able to shut him up. Then that's what I mean. They shut him up.
He won't have no platform. Mark Jackson ain't no social warrior. He ain't got no people following him. The only people advocating for him is a small community.
Yeah,
okay,
but no, if he went to a platform,
you bogged out. Say it again.
I believe if he went to a platform,
did people give Michael Jordan?
Hold on.
What I'm saying is Mark Jackson does.
I couldn't hear you.
If he went to a platform and spoke on anybody's platform on what Golden State did to kick him out of there and what their issues was, because that really has never been disclosed. Like that's never came out. What really exactly happened. It's all speculation. If he was to go and tell that real story, it'll look bad. So it's shutting them up without shutting them up. Yeah, you're not gonna coach, but we're gonna keep you with a paycheck. Just make sure you don't talk nothing about what the Golden State, what happened with that situation. Are you future coaching in that test? He don't even really talk about him coaching again.
Yeah, because there's plenty of big podcasts that'll have him on.
For sure. So,
there are plenty of big podcasts, sport podcasts in general, that'll have him on to hear his story. So that's
I want to know that
he can find a platform. It's Mark Jackson, but yeah.
So,
there are mainstream media outlets that will probably want to hear that story.
Yeah, no doubt they want to hear that story because it was a dynasty. He was a good coach. He really developed them boys. So it was like, well, what was the problem? And then why can't he get a job again? If he was to tell that story, why he has not yet received another job offer from the league and what happened in Golden State, that'd be a huge story and look real bad on the league. So they better give him that job, shut him up without shutting him up.
So you know what though, Pope? For me, that makes him even more suspect then. For me, because now you're saying these dudes are doing you dirty, but yet you can't tell you the truth that they're doing you dirty, and you're gonna still be on the payroll making them money.
Hey, he got to make himself some kind of money too.
I ain't advocating for that dude.
I mean, right? I feel you.
I ain't advocating for that dude. I'm advocating for the dude that say, like the dude, the Coach Flores down in Miami. I advocate for that dude. Say, nah, I ain't taking your money. Nope, you ain't corrupting me, and I'm gonna tell. Yeah. And I'm gonna file a suit against you too.
I like how you ain't gonna corrupt me. I'm gonna push back on that one though, because with Brian Flores, it more was less about racism, more about he just didn't get along with the front office. He had a vision. The front office
nobody used racism,
vision,
my brother.
He didn't like
hold on.
Huh?
Wait a minute, hold on. Who said anything about racism?
Well, I'm not implying that you did. I'm just saying a lot of people made that situation about race, and I'm saying that situation, I didn't agree with it. I didn't agree with his actions. I do agree with him saying, "Well, I don't fuck with y'all no more. Don't you can't bribe me. I'm gonna go my own way." That I agree with. But people try to make that whole thing about race. It wasn't about race. Two people of different races just not get along. He didn't get along with the owner. Owner had a vision. He didn't like Tua. And after that, they clashed. That's all it was. And all he had to do was be like, you know what? I have my vision. You have your vision. Let's go our separate ways. I'll go seek employment elsewhere. My opinion, he threw a tantrum for no reason. That's just my opinion. He could have handled it way better than he did, because it really wasn't that.
And I hear what you're saying, my brother. But what I'm saying, I hear what you're saying, my brother. But this is what I'm saying. I'm not giving my opinion. This is what Brian Flores said.
Yeah, I that aspect of it. I said I agree with. I would rather you.
Well, no, I'm saying. You know what? I mean, this is what he said. So either I take him at his word. Either I take him at his word, or I don't take him at his word. I take him at his word. If Mark Jackson was done dirty, the way that we are saying that he was done dirty, and they blackballed him the way that many believe that he's being blackballed, then why is he still taking a paycheck from these people that have no morals?
Yeah, and that's
why
he still
wants around him.
That's the question.
And ain't nobody, and he don't have to sign no NDA if he don't want to.
So don't
see,
because he is being a little.
Mark Jackson, but Mark Jackson seems to be okay with still working with the NBA, still being in the NBA's infrastructure, still working for him, still collecting a check, still representing them.
Hoping that he can get back in
we're
one
saying
day too, though,
that they did him wrong. They did him real wrong. Wrong, blackballed him, just messed him over. His actions don't seem like that.
And
we follow on this channel. We follow on this channel the coaches and how they move. And what jobs open up and who wants a job. Mark Jackson hasn't been applying for many jobs lately either.
Yep, until this year. This was the first year I heard him actively going out. So that's what I'm thinking. The reason why he sat back and took his lump sum or whatever was hoping to get back in this position to where he can coach again. Plus, while he's doing that, earn his paycheck. Basically, fall back in line. Basically, get your ass back in line. It's not how you do things. Hope you learned your lesson. But yeah, coach, you're right. Like he took that, and I believe he took that. Like, okay, all right. Well, maybe I was doing too much. Maybe who knows? Because maybe he was being forceful with his business. Like, I got this team. This is my team. Ain't no telling. We can't just say it's all Golden State fault. Did Mark have any kind of fault? We don't know that. So it takes two to tango. And the league decided to say, all right, well, nigga, you're not coaching for a minute. So you can take this paycheck and do this. And you fall in line, we might have a spot for you 8 years later or something down the road. And you fell in line. That's what it looked like to me. because they definitely blackballed him. That's you don't just
see
coach.
And for, and for me, Pope, and for me, Pope, that's what it looked like as well. It looked like that to me too.
Man,
it looked like there's more to it than what's out there.
Crazy. The fact that he was
nobody's
on the
hired
this year, and nobody hired him. I'm like, what? That's weird as hell. Nobody hired him. Steve, the big red dog,
and Charlotte hired Clifford, the big red dog, again.
The big red dog.
Who is that? Who's Clifford, the big red dog?
Steve Clifford.
Steve Clifford.
That's a nickname for Steve Clifford.
The big red dog.
Terrible.
You ain't never heard of Stephen Clifford, the big red dog?
I didn't even know who he was, and I lived out here.
Man, that's gonna get popular through the season, especially if he ain't winning enough.
It's so funny, Coach. I swear, great minds think alike. As soon as I heard his name, I told my kids, I said, "Ain't that the big red dog?" It was like, yeah,
exactly.
Said,
Clifford, the big red dog.
They didn't hire Steve Clifford, the big red dog. So it's funny.
Hey, man, before we wrap this up, man, I want to say, man, this stream was funny. It was insightful. Just it had everything, and I want to thank you, brothers, for joining the stream. Coach Joe, the Pope, and Kid podcast. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the Pope Be Frank. Man, we got to do these streams more, especially on Sundays because I'm off those days. I like this panel. This is a balanced, intelligent panel, and we got to do more of these. Coach Joe, any last words?
Well, DJ, as always, I want to always just give you your props for doing what you do to keep us rolling here on DJ's RawTruth Media, on the ones and twos, everything that you do with your time and everything to keep us going, because this is your baby. This is your efforts, and I want everybody to know that appreciate what you do. Pope, thank you so much for coming on and adding who you are, my brother. There's nobody other than the Pope. And we appreciate you so much over here. The podcast brothers. I can't see your name.
Let me get.
What's the podcast brothers' names again? Let me.
It's right there. And Kid Podcast.
Yes, and Kid Podcast. Man, I appreciate you, Young G, so much. You guys came on and added so much value to what we did here today. We appreciate you so very much. And to the family, wow, y'all know we love y'all. Y'all were in here rocking. We ain't seen you in a minute. It was 140 y'all up in here. Man, we was up in here kicking and doing our thing today. So I appreciate y'all so very much. It's so good to be back with you. So and so I always like to end with a term I learned in Africa when I lived over there, Ubuntu. Because of me, you are. Because of you, I am. We are one. Have a blessed and wonderful day, everybody. Till next time.
Peace out.
Let me tell you something. Back in my day, let me show you.